thewhothatdaily.com. That's right, thewhothatdaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who Dat and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, thewhothatdaily.com is your site. Thewhothatdaily.com for the sport Who Dat in all of us.
I think our guys, they understand what we're playing for, the standard that we want to set. And the first half was it just wasn't consistent. We had moments, and we spoke about it at halftime and wanted to come out in the third quarter with just more energy, more pop, more force, and they responded.
I know we've talked about BI so much, so many accolades and wonderful things, but what stands out right now are the assists, double-digit assists the past two games. What's he doing differently? How is he seeing the floor or finding his teammates to be pulling this off?
Number one, he's just a student of the game, so he's always watching film and trying to find out what he can do to make his teammates better. And then just the trust factor. All of those guys, they go out and they trust each other. It's something we talk about as a group, good to great, paint to great. And it was beautiful basketball to watch tonight.
Before you got this job, just what was your perception of Brandon as a playmaker? And, what are your thoughts about it now? Has it shifted at all? Is he better in that department than you thought coming in, or is this kind of what you thought?
Brandon is he's better than advertised. He is outer-worldly talented. He has an extremely high basketball IQ, and he's a great teammate, great human being, and it's just fun to be around him, to coach him, to learn from him, and it's also a blessing to have a guy like Brandon.
Yeah, we talked a little before the game about him, kind of taking Jose and Najee under his wing. I mean, I remember back in media day, you said, hey, Brandon's going to lead, he's going to do it in his own way. What is Brandon, leading in his own way kind of look like so far?
Just, the things that you're talking about, taking the young guys under his wing, going to dinners, going to the movies, just talking shop in the locker room, getting on the floor and working with guys on whatever it is that they see, areas that they see that they can be better, how to take advantage of the different defenses. So, Brandon he's getting more comfortable leading, but he, like I said before, he leads in his own way, which is fine. And our team just rally around that.
And we were talking earlier in the season about some of the frustrations he was going through, the way teams were defending him, throwing so many bodies his way. He had to adjust the way he was playing. What do you think about that? Just how far he's come as far as learning how to be effective while teams are consistently throwing multiple bodies at him.
Yeah, I think he was making an adjustment, but it was more so he was adjusting to, he put on, 15, 20 pounds. He changed his body a ton in the summer. He went through an extensive program, and I think more than anything, he was adjusting to that. And as he got playing more and more in the rhythm, he understood he just had to play faster. But he had the strength to finish plays, to get to the basket. And, now the game is just opening up, and he's just getting more comfortable. We're all getting more comfortable with each other because it's all new. But I think more than anything, he was adjusting to all the work that he had put in and the new weight that he was carrying.
And I mean, now obviously a whole lot of season left, but now after this one, you guys have jumped up to that number 10 spot. Considering where you came from at the beginning of the season, the long losing streak, how meaningful is it to get to this point where it's not just a pipe dream? Now you guys are actually in it, competing for that number 10 spot.
It's extremely meaningful for our group. Anytime these guys, they work as hard as they do, our coaching staff, our organization, and early in the season, you don't see results. It can be frustrating, but, we hung in there. We stayed faithful, stayed prayerful. And, here we are with, 30 whatever games left, and we're giving ourselves an opportunity just to continue to compete. And we'll see what happens at the end of the season.
What did you think about the contributions you guys got from Jackson Hayes?
Jackson he had another brilliant night. He does a great job of playing off Jonas, especially when we go with the bigger lineup. He's great in transition. He's a lob threat, and he's rebounding the ball at a high level. So all the things that we're asking him to do, and then on top of that, he can guard multiple positions. So another great night for Jackson, and he's just continuing to get better.
For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican post-game report. Much love to the flock as the Pels. That's right. Your New Orleans Pelicans are surging, man. Big win. Nice win over the Rockets. BI side show Jax doing his thing as well. The paratrooper is jumping, but in a positive fashion. Welcome to this installment of the Pelican post-game report. I'm Big Q. Much love to the flock. Appreciate you guys for being in the live stream. I got my co-host next to me. DC, we in the building with this one. DC, Pelicans take care of business as Pelicans ground the Bottle Rockets 120-107. Let's get into it, my brother.
You goddamn right we did. We poured water on all them goddamn Bottle Rockets. Q with number duds. The Pelicans winning up.
DC, we kicked their goddamn launching pad over. That's what we did.
Yeah, we kicked their launching pad over. Mose was our Mo. He was up in there, helped out. But man, the Pels, they went in here and they beat the Houston Rockets. And a lot of, I guess, teams that are used to winning would be like, well, you beat the Rockets, it ain't no big deal. Well, I think it's a big deal because the way that we beat the Rockets and the way we're playing and the command and the control of the game, as my man Jay Black put in the comments, that BI had, man, and basically had his pulse on this team. It's impressive, man. It's impressive. You heard Willie Green in the comments calling them, otherworldly talented. I mean, all of these things are true. This version of BI is the reason why I said and constantly have stuck to the fact that BI is better than Jason Tatum. But people don't realize it yet due to a lot of other factors that was going on with our team and different things. But not only BI though, man, just this whole team, man. The way they're playing, the way they cheer for each other, the way they have that ability to keep fighting. Like a guy like Jackson Hayes, who's playing amazing. But if you looked at Jackson Hayes maybe 2 months ago, he was basically not even getting minutes. He wasn't even getting in the game.
Yep.
Continued to work on his game, continued to fight. The coaching staff continued to strategize and figure out ways to implement these guys, man. And you see it. And even a guy like NAW tonight, NAW played under control.
Yeah,
he probably took 8 or 9 shots, but they weren't bad shots for the most part.
Let's
play it under control. You know what I mean? A guy like Jose Alvarado comes in and adds what he does. You get a guy like Trey Murphy, got some minutes tonight. He didn't do a lot, but he did enough. And he didn't mess up. You know what I mean? So we're becoming professionals. We're becoming a team. Guys are figuring out their roles. And we now have an identity. We play hard-nosed defense. We look to limit our turnovers. And we run the offense through BI and Jonas Valanciunas. And to me, they continue to do that. That's a recipe for success every time.
They're going to keep doing it because Willie going to tell them to keep doing it. They're going to improve upon it. Thank you, Brother Thomas. B. Thomas with the super chat. 10th and clicking. Much love to you, Brother B. Thomas. Thank you for the super chat. Jay Black says, I guess the Pelicans don't have a bench. Hayes 21 points. AW 9 points. And Eldorado 9 points. I knew Jay Black was going to chime in. He wasn't in on the 4-hour stream we had last Friday, but I know he was
Right.
listening. Jay Black says, trade Jackson Hayes won't age well. Not when he Nola Danky, thank you. Fam says
Jackson damn Hayes. That's right. That's right. We see you, Nola Danky. Appreciate that, brother.
All right, let's hit the final stats on the night, man, for the Pels as they take care of business against the Houston Rockets. Pelicans were 41 of 77 for 53.2%. That was phenomenal by the Pels versus the Rockets. 40 of 84 for 47.6. Pelicans 12 of 29 from downtown for 41.4% shooting from beyond the arc. 16 of 45 by the Bottle Rockets, 35.6% by them. The Pelicans they had 36 attempts at the free throw line on the road. Pelicans converted 26 of 36 for 72.2%. 11 of 16 by the Bottle Rockets for almost 69%. Even on with the rebounds, 33 apiece. The Pelicans at that magical number, almost 30 assists, 29-20 versus 28 by the Rockets. 12 steals by the Pelicans helped facilitate things and have a really good defensive effort. 12 steals by the Pelicans versus 5 by the Rockets. 7-4 on the blocks advantage Rockets. 18 turnovers by the Rockets with 24 points off turnovers. 13 by the Pelicans with 16 off, and of course fast break points advantage Pelicans 15-4, 50-46 on the points in the paint. Pelicans led by as much as 15, while the Bottle Rockets had it by as much as 11 as the Pelicans even up the series with the Bottle Rockets at 1 apiece. 2 games remaining. The next one is coming up soon. We'll have the preview on that. DC, quickly, let's talk about team stats. What stick out to you in this one, bro?
Man, you said it, bro. Them steals, bro. I just every time I looked up, we wouldn't let up, man. So that's definitely one of the major things that stood out to me. The fact that we had 12 steals and they only had 5. We just every time you looked up, the Pelicans was deflecting the ball, not allowing them to be comfortable. One of the signature plays to me was when damn, I can't remember your boy's name, man. We had him on our team. What's the center's name? Christian Wood. Christian Wood got the ball, man, and Jackson Hayes went over there and hurried up and doubled him right quick, and he had to call a timeout. You know what I mean? Yep. So the Pelicans was on it this game defensively, which in turn created a great offensive game for us. So you get to 12 steals, 53% from the field, and 41% from three-point line is what jumps out to me. So if we're gonna play that good defensively, and then we also can be efficient, you know, that's going to lead to a victory most times, man.
Yeah, this was a phenomenal win by the Pelicans, and of course we knew to the chagrin of the matchup detector that the Pelicans were going to beat this thing. And then of course I checked that matchup detector that ESPN likes to put up. They changed the number right before the game.
Right before tip-off?
Right before tip-off, they had the number change in advantage of the Pelicans, as what it was when we showed it on the preview. So we like to record things because ultimately they'll try to change them. All right, so yeah, that's what.
B. Thomas, appreciate that. $4.99, brother. 10th and clicking. Oh, we could say like AD be yelling, clickety clack, clickety clack, clickety clack.
All right, let's move on to the next one. We'll hit the individual statistics, and BI, man, this was his night, man. He was very efficient in this one, man. Did a wonderful job handling of the business, and he finished in this matchup with 33 points in 36 minutes, 12 of 21 from the field, 3 of 5 from downtown, 6 of 9 from the charity stripe, 33 points and 12 assists for BI. He had 3 steals in the matchup with 3 rebounds. Man, he was doing the damn thing as BI has reached stardom, and your coach really said. And of course, after him, 18. Well, we're gonna jump to Jackson Hayes, 21 points for Jax. 7 rebounds for him, a couple of blocks, a couple of steals in 28 minutes of action. He was 8 of 10 from the field, 1 of 2 from downtown, 4 of 6 from the charity stripe. Jackson Hayes doing the damn thing. Plus, he was plus 14 on the plus minus. Like I've said constantly, the minutes are, and he's playing real confident, man. Hopefully, it looks like he sustains this. This will be a really good contribution from young Jackson Hayes. We need those first round draft picks to contribute. and Jackson is stepping up and handling of the business. 18 points for Big V in this game in 27 minutes, 5 of 10 from the field, 7 of 10 from the charity stripe, 18 points, 3 assists, 5 boards for Big V in the matchup, then 13 from Josh Bighart. In 36 minutes, he was 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from downtown, perfect from the charity stripe, 13.7 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, Josh Bighart. And of course, other other contributions from other players. You've seen what Herb did, 9 points for him in the plus 14 and the plus minus in 31 minutes of action. Herb put up 9 points, 9 from Jose Alvarado in 16 minutes.
Big 9 from him.
Yep, 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 4 from downtown. He finished with 9 points, 4 assists for Jose the Desperado Alvarado. 9 points from NAW, 18 minutes of action with him. He finished with 9, as DC says. He played under control. And then a smallish effort from Graham, offensively speaking, 6 points in 32 minutes. Struggled well from the field, 2 of 8, 2 of 7 from downtown. As well. So at least the rest of the team is hustling and doing their thing as well. And of course, the big scorer for the Houston Bottle Rockets was Christian Wood. He chunked in 22 points in 35 minutes of action. As the Rockets fall to 15 and 38, the Pelicans improve to 21 and 32 and slide, or should I say glide, into the 10th position in the Western Conference.
What about propelled? We were propelled by the Houston Rockets to the 10th spot. There you go.
Kicked their ass off that kickstand of a luncheon pad they had, and now we stand in the 10th spot and looking to climb. So DC,
that's right.
Who do you like in this one, individually speaking? Let's get a couple of them and then get to our preview.
I mean, I to be honest, Q, I liked all our guys today. Even Devontae, man, like I know he just statistically wasn't good,
but
yeah, he did a lot of little things right, you know what I mean? But ain't nothing to write home about. But I'm just saying I liked all our guys. I just thought we've been playing as a unit, and it's all started by none other than BI, man. Like the way that he's playing, and if you watch the interview, what him and Jose Alvarado, the Desperado as you call him, were interacting, and Trey Murphy, and those guys are really buying in to Willie Green. And not only are they buying into Willie Green, they buying into Brandon Ingram. And every time they ask Brandon Ingram about anything about what he's doing, all he does is shower his teammates with compliments and credits them. And that in turn, man, is making everybody step up and play better, in my opinion. And that's the mark of a true leader, man. You got people following you that believe in you. And we seen it happen right before our eyes. I mean, we all knew, especially with Zion being hurt, it's going to have to be BI's team. Well, it's official now, and everybody's buying into that. So him dropping 33 today, that almost looked effortless to me. I mean, he went on a tear in the third quarter, and as soon as they, started doubling him, put a lot of pressure on him, he just started racking up the assists. You know what I mean? Just smart basketball play, man. Very intelligent basketball play. Pretty much damn near perfect stat line. 12 for 21. He had them 4 turnovers. I mean, you can frown your nose up at that a little bit. But 3 rebounds, 12 assists, 3 steals, and a block. Man, BI on one, man. So, all the people that didn't vote him in the All-Star, I think if he even do get in the reserve for the All-Star for Draymond Green, I still think he's going to be mad. Because there's no way you could tell me that this guy should not be starting an All-Star game over Andrew Wiggins. I'm sorry. So shout out to BI. Great game, man. Other guys, none other than Sideshow Hayes, Sideshow Jax, whatever way you want to say it. The palm tree floating in the wind, baby. Dunking on everybody, scoring every chance he get, making excellent passes. Actually handling the ball pretty well, too. I mean, did Jax even have a turnover tonight or the last 4 games? No turnovers tonight. He gave you 21 points, man. 8 for 10. So this dude is shooting 80%. Maybe his last 3-4 games. He's at 80 to 88% or something crazy like that. So another big game from him, man. I mean, he comes out there. They put him out on from off the bench, and what does he do? He politely proceeds to just drop 11 points out of nowhere, and then finish the game, adding in all the finishing touches where they needed to be done. So big game from Jax, man. He's looking to prove to everybody that him dropping 22 and 10 or 11 the other night, it ain't a mirage, man. He did it again tonight. And the game before that, he had some good stats. And the game before that, he had some good stats. So he's on a nice little tear, man. Probably the best, I say, run of his career. I got somebody texting me right now, one of my partners, telling Jackson Hayes has arrived. Is what he put up right now as I'm speaking of him. And he has, man. He has. So it's going to be tough for the Pels to look to move him. But I mean, for a guy like CJ McCullough, if we do, he can't be that upset. Would love to keep him. Don't want to see Jax go nowhere. But man, is he playing well, bro, right now? I mean, the potential is through the roof. There's no telling what Jackson Hayes can be.
Yeah, it's when it comes down to, it's a tough decision for that old octopus to make. Dealing with it as they're playing, Josh and Jackson have arrived, and people are saying, "Wow, man, they've got momentum. Why mess with the momentum? Why mess with it?" And
right,
trade could still happen. You just don't involve the pieces that are actually improving. You could make a trade, but the Pelicans,
Josh Hart is on the trade block, so maybe we go that route and just make a move with Josh Hart and Satoransky or something, and that's it. Maybe no picks.
We seen another trade today as Cleveland trying to stay ahead of that thing. They acquired the
Karis LeVert. Yeah, that's right.
They acquired the talents of Karis LeVert as well as they look to try to keep in that race. Jacob, thank you for your super chat, fam. Say don't trade anybody. Basato, don't mess with this team's chemistry. I just treat Zion like an in-season acquisition if he comes back. Thank you, Jacob, for your commentary. Appreciate your super chat, my brother. Thank you. Brother Jalil, he says, man,
right, Jalil
would have fit like a glove. Now it's quite a possibility. Jax might be traded. I'd much rather have good role players added. Thank you, Jalil. And sentiment felt with the entire flock, because a lot of people feel, some people feel, listen, we need one more big piece to push. A lot of people don't want to jeopardize the chemistry that they're building, because usually you'll try to make a trade like that if you're struggling a bit. You see the Pelicans are ascending. They have ascended to the 10th position. We know the season not done, but the Pelicans are now in the play-in as it stands right now at the 10th spot and improving. So, the Pelicans, we'll see what that old octopus do. There's a couple of days left before the trade deadline occurred. Does he swing for the fences with McCollum? Does he reach out for a second-tier person? I would have liked to have I'd like to have Powell. I would have liked to have Covington on the squad, especially what the Clippers gave up. But at the other end of the scale, at the set, man, it is what it is in terms of what we got. So we'll see, man. The octopus got a difficult decision to make here, him and Trajan Langdon. Hopefully it's Trajan Langdon that's making this thing here. That's right, Magnum BI, baby. There you go. I like this. Tomas Trashkansky is back on there. He got the waste management symbol, and he's sitting on top of it. I came here to request a trade. The Pelicans don't appreciate me, and I want to be traded to the Kings for Fox. Well, Trashkansky, bro, hopefully we can accommodate your request, sir. Hopefully we can get that done. Thank you.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Tomas Trashkansky.
Oh, come on, big Boo Hoffa. Don't do that. Graham, the weakest link. Dude giving up with Dante Holmes could give us. Come on, Dalton Holmes could give us. Don't do that, bro. Yes, we got some very passionate Dalton Holmes fans here in the flock.
Just got one, bro. Cut that out. One.
And that man is injured. So don't do that to Dalton Holmes, man.
Bro, we don't know if Holmes is still injured, man. We don't know that.
I don't know what's going on with him.
Right, nobody keeps telling.
I'm sure DJ knows. DJ, let us know what's going on with Dalton Holmes. I'm pretty sure he knows.
Well, the second thought, DJ, just put it in the chat. I don't want to know. Dalton Holmes does not impact this team at all.
But speaking on Devontae Graham, man, I mean, he's got to get it together. I know a lot of people looking at it and like, maybe we should trade him or whatever. But I think Graham will eventually figure it out. But man, it's just hard to see everybody clicking, and he's still kind of
Still
stuck in
stale.
the mud, you know. But
Yeah, still stale, man. Still offensive game, still stale, still stagnant, half dead, zombie-ish, frozen, Antarctica. When I see his offensive game, I think about Antarctica, right in the center of the coldest spot in the known world, the center of the moon, with no oxygen. I mean, his it's just boy stagnant, just and no consistency to his game at all. But hopefully, he's a smart dude, man, and I love his confidence. Hopefully, he can get up out of there, man. Because if he starts firing on half his cylinders consistently, man, he brings so much more to what the Pels have, man. If we can get that
right,
from him, but yeah, he's absolutely. It's just hard seeing him 6 points, 8 points, 10 points here. I'm like, damn, dude, what's 9 points on 31 minutes and 3 of 15? Damn. But I have confidence and faith that Graham, because Coach Willie is working with him, that he'll figure it out. So
I definitely believe he'll figure it out, whether it's with us or with another team. Like the brother is ultra talented, and hopefully he figures it out with us. Because I think the shooting that he possesses, if he can just get through this, he looks like he's going through a little bit of slump, to be honest, Q.
slump,
Yeah, like he's slumping a little bit right now for us to
slump,
shoot. I guess that's just normal. That you just look at it as normal. What
slumping.
he going through?
Man, that you
But it's
call that
deeper than the slump.
boy.
What would you call it?
Dude, if he was an animal, I would have to say he a caterpillar, bro. He on the ground. He ain't slumping. He all the way on the damn ground. It's like he in one of them in them time chambers where the gravity turned on 1,000,000, and it's just got him pulled all the way down. I mean, damn, bro. But I hope I got confidence in the brother that he'll turn it around and pull up out of that, man. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Brother Carlton, $9.31 for Brother Carlton. I appreciate
All right, appreciate that, Colton.
you.
I don't know the symbolism behind that, but I
He
appreciate it.
said, get CJ over here for Sado and the first and be done. Go Pels. All right. Thank you.
Right, right.
Thank you, Carlton. Much love. All right. So with that being said, let's
Uh-oh.
move on to the preview here.
Hold up, one more comment, man. Elliot Williams, he said a report came out yesterday that Dallas would consider trading Jalen Brunson if it makes sense, particularly a wing guard that adds defense. Sounds like they're reaching for Josh Hart. I hear you, bro. Hopefully we can see that happen, but not quite sure. And we got one more, brother. Appreciate the $5 Big Bull offer. Jack's about to push Zion, the small forward. Nikhil Saddle and Grams got to go. I forgot Grams was on the court. Damn. You say forgot the man was out there.
Yeah, that's tough. Thank you, Big Bull Hoffa, and thank you, Brother Carlton, as well.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Man. But yeah, and we said Bronson is definitely so. And listen, the Pelicans, even though reports are not pinning the Pelicans to Jalen Bronson, and my dog said, "Who is Bronson?" Jalen Brunson is the backup point guard for the Dallas Mavericks, who is a stellar guy. His contract is coming to an end. He's unrestricted after this season. The Pelicans were talking to Dallas about Finney Smith, but I would be amiss to think that they wasn't talking about Brunson when they're in need of a point guard. I mean, goddamn, if Dallas looking now, we don't know if Dallas will want to trade him in division to the Pelicans because they'll pay for that. But the Pelicans do have the draft capital and the money needed to make such a move if that is indeed what it is. And we have picks which we can give to them to kind of spicy up this thing. And we do have the contracts that are necessary to make it happen as well. So we'll see what Doc Octopus is going to do on this thing. And hopefully it's him making the decision and not his arms.
And one more comment, Big Q. The family won't let up. Just like the fourth one I seen, they're saying Alvin Kamara has been arrested. For battery, according to our brother Marley Mall.
Yeah, it's gonna be a late Pelican post. I mean, it's gonna be a late sports coma today. We'll talk about that, fam. We'll have some news in there.
Shoot a prayer for that for AK, man. We don't know what's going on with that situation, you know.
Yeah, we'll talk about it, fam. Thank y'all. All right, and of course, State of the Pelicans, Mr. DJ. Thank you, buddy, for your $4 super sticker from you. Appreciate you, my brother.
Appreciate you, DJ.
All right, let's get into the preview of the next matchup. And surprise, surprise, it's the Houston Bottle Rockets. But this time, since we destroyed their launching pad, they have to come to New Orleans to start the string of games that we'll be playing. And it starts on the 8th of February. Tip-off time is going to be 7 o'clock in the Smoothie King Center in the blender where the Rockets will crash. 21-32 is the Pelicans right now. 11 for 13. 11 out of 13 in that thing at home, and the wins 15-38 by the Rockets. 7 wins on the road. They're pretty terrible on the road, so the Pelicans have to take care of business. You see that matchup indicator now done changed his stripes. He said that the Pelicans will win 67%. Man, we pays attention
Damn,
to
that was
every
fast.
damn thing. That was fast. We make a believer out of your ass one way or the other. Okay, Christian Wood's the top scorer and rebounder on the club. 17.5 for Christian Wood and 10.3 on the rebounds. And Jason Tate is the top assist man with just over 3 a game. BI is the top dude leading our squad in multiple indicators. 22.6 scoring on 44.2 shooting from the field. 83% free throw shooter. Big V at 12 a game. Rebounding, leading the team. And BI is the top assist man with 5.5 and 34.
Should be up to 6 or 7 before you know it. The way he dropping them damn dimes now.
They are climbing. Eric Gordon is listing this day to day for the matchup in a couple of games. I expect Gordon to be there, ready for him. And of course, you see the Pelicans short injury list. Billy Hernan Gomez out with Garrett Temple and Didi Lozada, who's dealing with an injury after surgery. And of course, the Pelicans are currently on a 3-game winning streak, as we are taking on this team once again, who we just knocked off their horse. They're currently on a 2-game slide right now, and the Pelicans trying to go for 4 in this thing and take the season lead. We are better than the Rockets, man. The last time around, the Rockets played with that hustle game, but it's a different Pelican club that they're matching up. DC, we beat this team before, man. How do we get the next win? We can't hammer them in Houston and then come down here to the Smoothie King Center and let the same team get a win in our building. If we proven that we worth something, we got to sustain where we at and protect our pace, protect our positioning, and continue to climb. We're climbing. We got to protect the climb. How do we get this win?
Thanks. First off, I think we already got it because we got the rabbit foot and none other than Willie Green. When you look at the record that the Rockets have on us, it's been horrible. You know, I think wasn't there a stat out there? I read a comment on Twitter from somebody, and it was saying, I think the last time we beat the Rockets was when Willie Green was playing for us. Now he's the coach, and we figured it out. So you could start there, but obviously you've seen the blueprint tonight. The Rockets don't really have an identity, in my opinion. Like they're a team that they got some talent, and they're still trying to figure things out. So think you go with the same game plan you had tonight, which was basically just not give them anything. You're going to play our brand of basketball, which we're going to shut you down defensively, and we're going to score off our defense and allow BI to pick and choose his spots and find guys open once you double team him. So pretty much the same game plan, and find a way to force feed JV. Obviously, they have nobody to guard him. Christian Wood can't guard him. Seagram, the rookie, was having a very hard time tonight. I think we got him fouled out, or he was one foul away from getting fouled out, trying to deal with Jackson Hayes and Jonas Valanciunas. JV got 18 points, and a lot of that came in the second half when we just kind of wised up. And also him, too, because he was getting the ball and kind of kicking it out a lot instead of trying to force action and look to score. But once he started doing that, they had no choice but to foul him. And you saw the Pels consistently marching to the free throw line. So the other thing I would say we have to do is hit our free throws. Come on, family. We got to hit our free throws. If the Pels would have hit their free throws tonight, man, BI could have got a goddamn rest. You know, it's nice he had the stat line he had, but as dominant as he was in that third quarter, BI should have barely had to play the fourth quarter. You know, and if we would have been able to hit our free throws, I think that would have allowed us to do that, to rest a lot of our guys and, you know, just get recharged and get ready for Tuesday. So pretty easy, simplistic way you have to go about beating the Rockets is, you know, don't beat yourself, you know, play good defense and don't allow them to run, because y'all seen it tonight. They was killing us when they get that ball out up in open court, and they kind of got some things going. But when you force them to play half court basketball, it's pretty much over, man. Guys wasn't hitting shots. Everything looked forced. Our defense just had them overmatched. So continue to do the same thing we did tonight, and we should get a dub.
Yeah, what I'm seeing is too, and that's the big part about it. Paul Silas, his kid coaching out there, is he want them to run. When they start running, they start making plays. They dive on the floor for balls. They get hot. They start playing. So yeah, they're not a team that we shouldn't overlook. But we just got to meet their intensity and take it to them like the intensity we took to them tonight. And you're right. Well, I mean, the Pelicans missed 10 free throws tonight. They got 36 attempts at the free throw line. They just missed 10 of them, which I hear what you're saying. If they can get in the high, and I always said that if we could shoot that high 70, 79, 80 percentile, most good teams live in that lane up there. And we talked about this the past 2 years, how pathetic the Pelicans was from hitting free throws and everything else they did. This is totally not the case. Everything that we were looking at the last couple of years with the defensive breakdowns, and this team is Willie Green.
We still got a lot of little back doors and wide open 3-point,
but not nearly as bad. I mean, it's the commitment to improving. They're not perfect, but you can see the effort with guys moving around and not stagnant. They're moving around, backdoor cuts, and guys' heads on the swivels and everything. So I'm encouraged. All right,
appreciate that, Elliot, man. That's very humbling right there, man.
All right, thank you, brother. Eric said PPR is the go-to commentary after the game. Go tell somebody to tell somebody else. Thank you, brother. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. And like we said, fam, in terms of the trade news right now, a lot of stuff, not really a lot of stuff shaking on the trade front for the Pelicans. Still very much a lot of rumors that we covered from the Friday stream. We talk about CJ McCollum. They're talking about other players involved. I haven't heard anything dealing with Ben Simmons, thank goodness. But outside of that, the Pelicans are just where they are right now in terms of looking. And I think they'll make a move, whatever it might be. We'll have to just wait and see on that thing. But, you heard about the Kevin Huerter situation. The Pelicans discussed the trade for the Hawks, Kevin Huerter, and him from that's something we've heard. It's several different.
Kevin Huerter to me is more like a lateral move. I like Kevin Huerter. He's obviously a better shooter above and beyond Josh Hart, but I just feel like in every other area, you ain't really gaining nothing over Hart. So I wouldn't want to see us move him for Josh Hart. But if we can get Kevin Huerter on his team and still keep a guy like Josh Hart, we can keep our Jackson Hayes. Maybe at the most give up NAW, which I wouldn't be excited about either. I know y'all probably like, oh, DC, you don't want to give up nothing. But, if we could get Kevin Huerter for a draft pick or something like that, then, that would be an interesting move. I wouldn't be mad at it. I actually like it. But to trade him for Josh Hart, I don't know, Q. I'd rather keep Josh Hart.
Well, we are talking octopus right here. So, I mean, the thing is, if the team is underperforming or they need a spark, you usually look for a trade. The team is sparking itself right now. So if the Pelicans want to keep things in line, I can see the mentality of a person saying, nah, like Brother Moles, as well, Brother James, who feel like, nah, we can't get anybody in free agency. We tried it this past free agency, had to overpay for guys that didn't want to come. The only way we're going to get them is through trade. Well, if the Pelicans get in the playoffs, that kind of improves their image, and of course they got to build on that thing as well. So we'll see which direction.
And we don't need I know a lot of people. Most definitely don't like when I say this, but I don't feel like we need necessarily all-star talent. Now, I'm not saying I wouldn't want one. I'm not saying it wouldn't help the team and push you all the way over the edge. I'm just saying a lot of times you can make an all-star, with your young players and just developing, believing in them, and consistency and constant getting the reps and growing that game. Like you can have a third all-star that can emerge. A guy like Devontae Graham, could actually pick his game up and be somebody who can average 18, 20. All the talent and potential's there. And you got a laundry list of other guys on our team. We need, in my opinion, more top quality role players. And I think that's something, even if we decide to push past the trade deadline and not make a move, that we can get in the offseason. Like you can sign a role player. I think we can find somebody. I don't think we that miserable, especially if we make it to the playoffs, to not be able to get anybody. But at the same time, if you can get a guy like De'Aaron Fox, CJ McCullough, a lot of these great players out there. I mean, you got to go talk and see what that's about, man, and see you can add a guy like that to your team, because it definitely changes the trajectory of everything. But if you don't, it's not like it's over either. Like, it's not like you can't still achieve the same goal a different way. So that's always my standpoint. I always look at it ain't one way to skin a cat, and you don't always have to rush to make this move that seemingly seems perfect at the time, and it may be perfect for the time, but in the end, sometimes when you look at things and they play out in the long run, it might have been better for you to just keep what you have.
I mean,
So it can always play out either way.
Either way. I mean, I see where the Pelicans are trending at. I don't see a fall off unless injury occur. Right now, we got Big V and BI playing.
Right.
But if injury occurred to Big V and BI, any point between now and in the playoffs or the end of the regular season, how you looking? How confident are you? And Graham doesn't really instill confidence with me at this time of the year, simply because of his play. He hasn't, when those guys were out, he's not stepping up and stepping in and handling the business like we would expect a guy that's getting paid, that is supposed to be a serious contributor with the Pelicans. And if he was stepping up, handling the business, it would kind of, to a degree, quench the trade of the talk about looking for a guard. So Graham is a part of why people are looking and saying we need a point guard. And it's not just the family members, it's the team that's going out here pointing and saying that they need a point, that they're looking for a point guard.
I could say something, Q, and I believe we need a point guard, but the more I'm watching, if I see repeat games like this in the game we had on Friday, maybe B.I. heard we need a point guard, and he decided that he gonna play the position his goddamn self.
I mean, you can play about. We know
he's been looking like a point guard.
We've been seeing that DC. He's been distributing the ball well and seeing the floor well and trusting his teammates well. We seeing it. They can do it by committee.
But can we do it? We play top notch guys. That's what we got to see.
That's the thing about what guys like Brother Mose and Brother James and the rest of them are saying about McCollum.
And they have very good points with that.
Right. If they do have good points about that, it's the fact that people looking at McCollum, he looks different if you take McCollum here and pair him with the guys that we have here. The only question is, what do you give up to get him? That's the thing. What do you give up to get him?
Mo's always got these country sayings, bro. They be pretty good, though. He said, DC, you need a thoroughbred to win the Kentucky Derby, not a nice donkey. You funny, Bo, bro.
Can't argue with that country logic.
I can't argue with that, man.
All right, so that's the whole point. I can see where they're coming, but listen, we see some really crazy. We see some trades, some back-ended trades, some really ridiculous, lopsided, crazy trades that occur. Is that something the Pelicans gonna do? Can we get a Clippers type trade, like how they fleeced the Trailblazers out of what they got? It's obvious the Trailblazers are imploding. They're on a 5-game losing streak now.
Mm-hmm.
So they are already with Lillard out. They looking to move McCollum. They already traded Norman Powell and Robert Covington. They're looking to get rid of Nurkic. They're looking to kind of offset a lot of these contracts. And could the Pelicans fleece them like the Clippers did? That's what I'm saying. So what do you give up to get that guy? That's a big part.
It's all dependent on what everybody else around the league is willing to give up to get that guy. And judging off the move that the Blazers made, I mean, maybe they're anticipating somebody giving up a bunch of picks for McCullough.
Even the moves Cleveland did.
That was pretty small what Cleveland did.
Cleveland gave up Ricky Rubio's expiring contract to acquire Karis LeVert.
They gave
I
up a
mean,
first round pick too, but
yeah,
they gave up their first round pick this year. It ain't gonna be
right.
that high.
But
So
I'm saying it because you plan for something. Who gives a damn? They've been
right,
having the first round draft picks for years. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So I mean, that's the issue. What do you have to give up to get it? And if the standard is some of these trades that we've been seeing as of late, man, the Pelicans is in pretty smooth give. They looking to trade with Portland, who appears to be desperate. So
I
we'll see
mean, if
what
you
they
could
give
give up
up.
a first round pick and a player that can't even play this year and get Karis LeVert, I mean, I don't think it's so crazy if we give up Josh Hart and maybe we have to eat the Satoransky deal or move him in another direction. Or I mean, you gotta put him in there for certain people for the money.
Right.
But maybe you could get a guy like CJ McCullough for not as much as people are anticipating because of where the market is. So there'll be another trade that happens, and pay attention to the assets and what's happening with that trade family if it's not us, and it'll kind of tell you what the Pelicans would have to do to get a guy like McCullough. Obviously, he should go for more than Karis LeVert. I would say at least 2 first round picks. But 2 first round picks, Satoransky, Josh Hart, and a question mark. Some people we put Hayes in there, some people put NAW, some people put Najee, some people, everybody got their theories on who that third guy will be. But we know the first 2 would definitely be Satoransky and Josh Hart if we do make any type of significant move along with our picks. And so far, I haven't seen anybody giving up anything crazy to get anybody. I mean, Cleveland just got Karis LeVert.
For Rubio's expiring contract.
Rubio's expiring contract in the first. That's not a lot for a dude who can give you 16, 18 points every night. That's not a lot at all.
He's a pure scorer. And that's what I'm saying. These trades, man, they're really not.
That tells me we could have got Karis LeVert. That's what that tells me.
You could have
And we didn't want to for some reason.
I mean, I don't know. What is the octopus looking at? He looking at
I don't know, bro.
Shooter over there. We don't listen. Shooters, you can use as many. Listen, I'm not against the shooters, at all. But I'm saying you built it up. We know exactly what you need to get. Go for what you need to go for, and we'll see how they end up at the end. Because the octopus might be able to fleece the Trailblazers. I know it's a lot to ask for, like Jerry West did, but most people saying Q, we can build for what we got. It's people here. It's like, man, you need big guns if you're gonna win the war. You got let's just build with what we got. So it's like we'll know in the
I'm not mad at either side, man.
I am not either. So that's one of the
times. To be honest, it can work either way.
Right. That's what I'm saying. This is one of the times where I got to give it to both sides because either way it can work. But I'm just saying, but listen, if BI and Big V gets hurt, if they go down, and I'm not putting it on them, but I'm saying we've seen them have injuries through this season. If that occurs, it's a detriment to us. We just drop so far in that thing. So we got to maintain what we got. We'll see, man, at the end of the day. Jalil said, I just really wonder where CJ's market is. It's so strange how GMs value players. We as fans overvalue our players like a mug. Yeah, it's crazy how, like I said, the Norman Powell Covington deal with the Clippers and Trailblazers, like what? That's all they gave up? The Karis LeVert deal today was another thing. I was like, man, what? Even you go back a little earlier with the Rondo move when Rubio went down in the matchup against us. Remember what happened? A few days later, a day or so later, they traded to get Rondo out of LA and gave up a second round pick to acquire Rondo, something like that. So the trades that we've been seeing happen have been lopsided trades this year, really. And I think the Trailblazers just trying to get off those contracts. They're obviously imploding into their own footstep and looking at the future. So, man, listen, if we can fleece them like the Clippers did, go for it. But then people are saying Fox. We hear Rob. What's up, Rob? Rob saying De'Aaron Fox. So I mean, that's a huge contract, big fat contract, $30 million a year. That's
why I think De'Aaron Fox is not the move. As much as I like him, I would love him here. But the way Sacramento is playing hardball, like what are they expecting to get for him? So if I gotta gut my team, give up a bunch of guys to get him, and then on top of that, his contract pretty much locks us down. So like how much how much better will we be in the long run? Obviously, getting a guy like him and you got him playing with BI and JV, yeah, we're gonna make the playoffs. You know what I mean? But will we ever be able to contend for a championship with just him, Zion, BI, JV? You know, I would imagine you would have to give up Devontae Graham and a Josh Hart, and possibly they might want JV or something like that. The way they're
Yeah,
dangling
definitely.
Fox, it just looks like they're gonna price the market high, and they don't necessarily have to trade him right now, so they can just wait, and see till they see a deal that they just can't refuse to get
Right.
rid of him. Regardless of how toxic their team is, it's Sacramento. They don't seem to give a shit about losing, so
Well,
they
hell, they
gonna
hired
hold on to him till they get what they want or close to what they want.
they hired Alvin Gentry. And nobody runs you into the ground
Man,
better than Alvin Gentry.
nah, I got a better one for you, Q. They hired Alvin Gentry, and they made Alvin Gentry quit. Q, that man used to losing. They made Alvin Gentry damn near quit, brother. Boy said,
I told him when
I'll
he
be
was
at
making
my
that
house
call.
drinking if anybody looking for me.
I told him he don't
Oh
know when
my
to
God,
quit.
bro.
He don't know when to quit. He had a choice between Sacramento and Philly. Philly came for him. Doc Rivers wanted him on his staff as an assistant coach. He could have been with Doc Rivers. That was a solid job. You know, Doc Rivers is stable. He's going to have the team winning. They're going to be in the playoffs every year. And you get Doc Rivers on your club, you're going to have some stability in the NBA. But what he wanted to do was end around to get a head coaching job because he knew Luke Walton was not going to keep that job. I said Luke Walton was going to get fired. Luke Walton did get fired. Alvin Gentry snuck up in there as the interim coach and once again showed him, like, be careful
West
what you ask
Virginia.
for. So anyway, I like to thank all the new family members listening to the show. Some of the family members saying they subscribe. And thank you, fam. Appreciate you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. And please hit the like button, family, if you hadn't already hit the like button. We will return for the next matchup against the Houston Bottle Rockets. That'll be in the Smoothie King Center. It started off a string of home games for the Pelicans. So the Pelicans did exceptionally well on the road. They're coming home with a
Yeah,
great
we ain't got to
vibe.
put no water on the Bottle Rockets this time. We could just
Nah.
put it in the blender and chew all that shit up.
Man, we
Knock
got
all the gunpowder out. They ain't gonna have no stem to even try to light it.
we
They ain't got no launch pad. They ain't got shit.
It's going to be intriguing with this upcoming week because the trade deadline is February the 10th. The Pelicans will see if they make a move, and we'll just be talking about that as well. So much love to the fam. Appreciate y'all being with us tonight. Please feel free to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, hit the buttons light all the buttons up, the notification buttons as well. Also, feel free to check out the merch. We just released several new tees as well as all kind of just merch designs. We got the Straight Jacket Jones tees, the green that we got the blue and the red. We got Straight Jacket Jones tees and merch available. The red one was released today. We got the blue and red Straight Jacket Jones design as well.
Yeah, gotta go get me a Straight Jacket Jones shirt, man. Gotta go to a Pels game with the Straight Jacket Jones shirt on, you know.
And also Magnum BI is available. Well,
yeah, Magnum BI. Yeah.
And more is coming. More is coming on the way for the Pelican Post Game Report. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all for joining us, DC. I'm gonna holler at you later. Much love to the flock.
Right, brother. All right, flockers.
Go Pels.
Open.
The Pelicans Post-Game Report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us.